Passion, drive, persistence, resilience, love. All qualities that shape and define us. Join the Cyber Warrior as he helps shape your path. This is Walk With Me. What's going on, everybody? Hey, real quick before we get into the podcast, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. This will be the first video podcast that you actually see. The rest have just been clips from B-roll that I've paid for and or downloaded. So thank you for tuning in. I know it's called Walk With Me. I'm dressed like I'm going for a walk. You know, I had to get in the mood. However, it is still here in my studio, in my office. So bear with me. This will be the first video you all see. I'm greatly appreciative of you all tuning in. Hope you stay for the entire thing. But until then, please enjoy Walk With Me. Welcome back to Walk With Me, Cyber Warrior Studios production. I'm your host on this journey, the Cyber Warrior. Now, today, I've been going back and forth between topics. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of things I want to discuss. But I really want to talk about something that's carried me through a lot of my life. And that's love and passion. Right? Now, you can use this in so many ways. There's so many different avenues and ways you can talk about this. You can love your career and you can be very passionate about what you do. I talk about that a lot on a lot of my shows and a lot of the things that I do in my life. I talk about if you love what you do, then you're not really working. If you're passionate about it, it makes it easier to learn and things of that nature. But it also helps in our own lives and how we go about living. There's a lot of people in this world that live negatively, that they have, for some reason, this idea that they need to walk on others. They need to put them down. They have a lot of darkness in them, right? For one reason or another, whether their past trauma or current trauma or how they were raised, whatever the case may be. There's a multitude of reasons. I myself have always been one that loves quickly. Right? I love people as much as anyone who knows me will say. I have jokes about it, but it's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, I love people. I love helping. I love seeing people succeed and get what they deserve. So it makes it hard because when you are so willing to see others succeed, when you have so much passion for what you do, when you don't see the fruits of your own labor, right? So let's take, for instance, this podcast. I want this to succeed. It is a passion project of mine. It is something that I love doing. It is a way that I'm able to give back and help others. I want to see it come to fruition. I want to see it go far and reach people way beyond the scope of anybody I ever thought it would reach. But because of that, when things don't happen quickly, when everything takes time, I'm also very impatient. So it's hard to balance those two. It is very difficult to realize that some things in life just take time with the fact that, well, I'm very passionate about this. I believe in this. It should just succeed. It should just work. So it can grate on you a little bit. So with that, I have to remember that I love this. I love helping. So if even just one person listens, if even just one person gets something out of this, then I'm actually still accomplishing what I set out to accomplish. It may not be as widespread. It may not be as many people as I would hoped, but I'm still accomplishing it. So you got to kind of rectify the two. So in our lives, when there are people that we care for, there are people that we love, and we see them falter, right? We see something just not right. For some people, it is our first instinct to try to help, to try to figure out what's wrong. Because when you're passionate about helping people, there is nothing that you won't do to help those that you love, that you care about. So you have to come to terms with that too, because there are some times where you can't necessarily actively do anything to help, other than maybe listen. Not to respond, not to give an answer, just listen. There's times that you listen and there's absolutely nothing you can do. I've been there myself. There are things that have gone on in my life that there is absolutely nothing I can do to fix the situation. But I still love people. I'm still very passionate about helping and giving back. And so with that, when I cannot make a difference, or I feel like I can't make a difference, it hurts. So how do you rectify that? How can one come to terms with that? Well, for me, it was a lot of venting. It was a lot of calling friends, a few posts online, talking to family. There have been ways to do it. Now, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So even in my mind, and even in my life, there's things that I've done to hurt others. Unintentionally. But I have. So I do everything I can to always try to be better. Because I love helping. I love people. I see the good in others, no matter what. And I also see the bad. And I try to hopefully pull more good out of them than bad. Because in a world where there's so much chaos, in a world where there's so much negativity, there's so much darkness, you have to be able to find that within you that is good, that is loving, that is caring. That's not to say there's not a time for monsters, but it's all about how we give back, where that love comes from. So as a person, as a human being, I want you to really look at how you are giving back to others. I want you to truly look at the love that you have, both for others and yourself. Because you have to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. I know it's a common saying, but you have to love yourself. You have to know yourself and love yourself before you can love anybody else. Just the way things go. Through your flaws, through your mistakes, through your imperfections, you have to love yourself inside and out. And then, and only then, can you truly love other people for who they are. And again, it's not that we aren't all going to make mistakes. It's not those that you love aren't going to make mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen. Nobody's perfect, but it's how you deal with it. It's how you work with it. So what I want for you this week and in the coming weeks, especially as we have the holiday season upon us, I want you to find it in you, to help others, to find that love within you. And if you don't love yourself, the way you look, to who you are, what you do, that's the first thing I want you to figure out. It's how to love yourself through it all. And then I want you to work on and talk to people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Talk to people that you think need help. Whether in their careers, in their life, whatever it may be. I'm sure you see it. Figure it out. And then, finally, when it's all said and done, don't expect anything back. I want you to finally feel what it feels like to help someone without expecting anything in return. Because when you see that feeling, that joy, that love of seeing others reach heights that they didn't see possible, when you see others climb out of those dark holes that they were in because of you, it's a whole different sensation. It's something worthwhile. It's something worth holding on to. Because then that gets you through to your next day, and your next day, and your next day, until you are able to accomplish that same thing again. Because we have to start giving back. We have to start helping one another. And we need our messages to reach far and wide. Because that's what it's all about. No matter what you believe, no matter where you're at in your life, it's that love and that passion for other humans and for your own life that's going to take you far. Because with it, not only are you going to do great things in your career, you're going to start doing better as a human. And that's what we need right now, is better human beings. So yes, I know I talk a lot about careers in this podcast and how to do better, but today it's all about your life. And I want you to be better humans. So take that with you and take it as you will. But love one another. Love yourself. Find it in you to love yourself. and then spread love to others. Because I guarantee you there is someone right now that looks happy or energetic or is making people laugh that is dying inside. And you don't know it because you can't see past it. So, as always, you know how I want to spread wisdom every week. Well, this week, I'm going to give you something that I want to take into next week in this little bit of wisdom. And you can kind of feed it into today, too. Knowing yourself, your strengths and weaknesses will help you not only combat the depression that sometimes we feel in our lives, but it'll strengthen you against those who would wish to cause you any emotional trauma. And I say this because when we love ourselves, but we are not where we want to be in our lives, we let others bring us down and they weaken us because we don't know our own weaknesses. And when people point them out, it's like a sword that just comes straight at you and cuts you deep. And you don't know how to dig yourself out. You don't know how to pouch yourself up because you've never faced that weakness before. Because you haven't loved yourself enough to know your strengths and weaknesses. Learn them. Know yourself. Love yourself. Know everything there is about you, inside and out. And it'll make you all the better. Now, saying that, as always, I have a link in the description that'll give you an AMA so that you can ask me anything. I will answer any question that has to do with self-improvement, whether it's your career, your life, whatever the case may be. There's also ways to rate this. There's ways to share it. No matter what you're listening on, please feel free to do so. And if you want to support us, please head to cyberwarriorstudios.com or any of the links in the description below, and you'll find ways to support us. Otherwise, look, I love you. This is your journey, your path. You're amazing. I'm the Cyber Warrior. This is Cyber Warrior Studios, and walk with me. And I'll see you all next time. Hey, you made it to the end. Once again, thank you for watching this first ever video episode of Walk With Me, a Cyber Warrior Studios production. And I'm very grateful. All right, I'm grateful that you're here, grateful that you watched, and grateful that you joined me for this walk. So-called walk. Anyways, look, there's going to be more coming. I don't actually get outside for a few episodes, and I'm going to try to continue to do so, but with weather permitting and everything else going on, sometimes it's a little difficult. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And share this video, share this podcast. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.